So I'm going to share a little bit with you guys tonight, here and there, just some amazing God stories that are powerful. And so this is the first of 3 little God stories. So about 3 years ago, my health went upside down. And I didn't know what was wrong. It was a really stressful time, and they put me on some strong medication. And you know, just not knowing what's really wrong, they kind of guessed, but never got down to the bottom of it. Anyway, as I was going through this, there was a point, and along with this health issue, a crisis happened in my family. And so, trying to deal with all this, I kind of got really anxious and felt like I needed to up my medication, because this medication actually just kept me healthy and basically alive, you know. I had to be on it, and when I got really stressed or real sick or anything, I had to up it, which there's consequences to that. But anyway, there was a time that I was just totally stressed out, and I was praying, and I'm like, God, what should I do? I just feel like I need to up my medication. I feel like this is just something I need to do. I'm really fearful and scared. And I didn't hear from God. And it was a couple days, and I still didn't hear anything. So what I did is I just, you know what? I'm just going to do it, because I feel like he's not answering me, and I just kind of jumped ahead and just did what I thought I needed to do. Well, come to find out, you know, it wasn't a good idea. It actually made me more sick, and it lingered for a couple weeks. And when that all passed, I came to God, and I said, Lord, you know, what's going on? Like, I am so fearful and just bound up with this whole trial with my health and with this crisis. And I feel like I'm not hearing anything from you. And then he turned my attention to the story that most of us know in the Bible, when Jesus told his disciples, come with me, we're going to go to the other side. And they got in the boat, and on their way there, the waves came, right? The winds. It was a terrible storm. The waves were coming into the boat, and the disciples started to freak out. And they're looking for Jesus, and here Jesus is. He's sleeping, right? He's sleeping. Thank you. He's sleeping there in the boat. And the disciples, they were like, Master, wake up. Do you not care that we're about to die here? Do you not even care? And those words, do you not care, God convicted me with, because that's exactly what I felt like. I felt like, God, I'm not hearing from you. Do you even care what I'm going through? Has anyone ever been through that? Do you not care? Do you ever feel like the Lord is silent or sleeping in your trial or your season? You know, when I was asking this, you know, I was just praying, Lord, but like, you know, I always ask dumb questions. I said, but Lord, what if you didn't wake up? I mean, would they have just died? Would you have just let them die? And the Lord just like spoke to my heart. And the passage in James 1:2-4. Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness. And let steadfastness have its full effect, that you may be perfect, complete, lacking nothing. Of course he cares when we're going through our stuff and we don't hear from him. But the testing of our faith is needed. And that's exactly what happened on that boat. And that's exactly what he was doing in my trial. And so after that, I said, oh, Lord, okay, now that I have a grip on it now. Now I see what you're doing. I understand. And I just had peace from that, knowing that God just reminded me, hey, I'm in control. Right? We know that he silenced the winds. He said, you know, peace be still, and everything was calm. He looked at his disciples and he said, ye have little faith. Why are you so fearful? And that's exactly where I was. And God gave me this little picture in my mind to help me when I become afraid. And it's of this little girl, and she's at the park with her father. And for some reason, this little girl just sensed some kind of threat, something dangerous. And she started panicking, and she kind of started freaking out. And her father was trying to calm her down, but she wouldn't have it. She was just so far gone, just panicking, running in circles, crying. And the father finally got down to her level, and he just put his arms around her really, really tight. And he just started rocking her. And he said, "Shh, it's okay. It's okay." And he just did that for however long it took to help her to realize that she was going to be okay. And when she finally realized, she looked around and she didn't see a threat. Could have been made up in her head, right? Or whatever it was. Doesn't matter, because you know what? Her father was there with her. And when she realized that her father was there with her, protecting her, she was able to dance and to play and to sing, right? Isn't that beautiful? And why was she able to do that? Because there is no fear in love. Perfect love casts out all fear. If we are children of God, we are no longer slaves to fear.